The story begins 2 hours earlier, when the National Hurricane Center suddenly issues a red alert. Inside the house, Dakota tries to order groceries, only to be told the store is closing early because of the worsening weather. When she looks outside, she sees people already packing up and leaving, which pushes her to head out herself. Wearing a raincoat, she steps into the street, but the growing chaos quickly overwhelms her, triggering a panic attack. A neighbor bumps into her, excited to see her and mentioning he has not seen her since her mother passed away. But Dakota cannot handle the moment. Shaken and frightened, she rushes back home, unaware that the situation outside is only the beginning of something far more terrifying. By a lake, 3 kids are playing around like nothing is wrong. Ron dives into the water, and for a tense second the others get no reaction from him at all. Then he suddenly comes back up, and the mood shifts back to their usual uneasy life. Dee looks miserable because school is about to reopen in a few days. Ray tries to lighten it by pointing out that at least they will get fed every day. Then their foster father, Olson, storms in and immediately starts cursing them out for hanging around there. Dee tries to speak up, but all 3 of them are clearly scared of him. At the same time, a meat truck pulls up near the factory, and Lisa, a pregnant veterinarian, steps out. She meets the driver, Bob, who says he is just going to haul the meat out and leave town. Lisa drives on and talks to her mother, who is still furious that Lisa's fiancé left her while she is pregnant. Her mother wants her to give birth in a tub of water, just like her sister did. Lisa refuses and insists she will be in a hospital, listening to the playlist she built just for labor. Then her mother drops another bad piece of news. The interstate has been closed, and now Lisa has no idea how she is supposed to leave town. Meanwhile, Dale, a marine biologist and Dakota's uncle, is staring at the storm building on the horizon. He talks to his partner about the 6 bull sharks that have recently been spotted in the water. Those sharks must be searching for shelter in the fresh water. Then a report comes in, and the storm is confirmed as a Category 5 hurricane. Dale calls Dakota right away. Dakota answers and refuses to leave, convinced it will blow over soon. Dale tells her he will get to her in a couple of hours, and they hang up. The storm keeps building fast. Olson hauls the kids home while still yelling at them, threatening to dump them back into foster care. Dee looks around and sees everyone else running for safety. Olson just shuts off the news and acts like everyone else is overreacting, claiming it is only rain. Dakota is still glued to the television, watching the hurricane that was first described as a Category 2 suddenly jump to a Category 5. She switches to a video of herself with her mom and watches it in tears. Olson gets the kids back inside, and they all wonder whether the windows are strong enough to hold. Olson smugly says they are practically indestructible and that he installed them himself. Then he heads down into the basement and finds his wife, Rachel, complaining about the kids. She shows him a letter with the monthly check for $1,500 that they receive from Dakota and the children's uncle to care for them. The adults laugh about it, and not long after, Dee comes down hungry. She notices steaks in the fridge, but Olson tells her it is none of her business. Rachel tosses her a piece of bread and sends her away, again warning her that the basement is off limits. On his way out, Dale gets cornered by 2 reporters who immediately latch onto the shark story and blow everything up for dramatic effect. The storm is getting nastier by the second. Lisa reaches a store, only to find it shut down. She tries talking to her mother again, and her mother panics over her safety. Then the call cuts out. Lisa starts to freak out and turns on her playlist just to keep herself calm. Back at Dakota's house, she is still watching television when huge noises begin crashing outside. Then the power cuts out. Out in the water, the seawall gets slammed hard and breaks apart instantly. The flood rushes straight into town. Lisa, trying to escape, runs into Bob, who stops her because a huge tree has fallen across the road. He tells her she has to turn back. Then she sees water charging toward them. He tells her to squeeze behind him, and she tries, but the road is so slick that she smashes into the tree and gets the car stuck. Bob thinks he can swing the truck around in time, but before he can escape, the water crushes him. Dakota looks out her window and sees a wall of floodwater racing straight for the house. She runs, and the water smashes its way in immediately. Olson is still casually sitting on the sofa when the flood comes roaring toward him. Rachel warns him, but he does not care until the glass bursts and the whole room is flooded. Dakota gets swept away. Her car slams into a tree, and a log pierces through it, trapping her pregnant belly in place. The water keeps rising. She screams for help. Nearby, Dakota's house is close enough that she can hear her from the window. Bob's truck smashes into a statue and breaks open, and blood starts spreading through the water, drawing in the sharks. Ron notices a snorkel in the car, and Olson decides to go toward it. Meanwhile, 2 men, Scott and Jimmy, are in a boat that has been reached by the truck. They hear Lisa screaming. Scott jumps into the water and finds her trapped. He calls Jimmy over and tells him to bring the cutter from the back of the truck. Jimmy dives down to get it, but when Scott looks back, Jimmy is suddenly gone. Scott goes searching, making Lisa even more terrified. Then Jimmy rises up from the water with one hand chopped off. Bob wakes up. Scott tries to help Jimmy, but another shark attacks again and drags him away. Dakota watches all of this in horror. She jerks open the window and shouts that there are sharks in the water. Lisa hears her. Bob opens the door, but a shark attacks him instantly. Scott tries to swim back, but one of the sharks comes at him from behind and finishes him off before he can make it. Dale and his partner check the map and realize half the town is already underwater. They accept help from the reporter and decide they need to move now. The reporters are still obsessed with filming every second. The kids watch as the adults reach the garage, but then they spot a shark and freeze. The couple opens the garage, only to feel something moving below the water. One shark lunges and bites off the man's hand. Then it tears into Rachel, dragging her into the flood. Olsen sees the kids begging for help, but instead of saving them, he runs for the car. A shark grabs him and pulls him under. Rachel bangs on the window in front of the kids, but the shark tears her away right there. Lisa is still trapped inside the car, screaming for help. Dakota calls out to her and lets her know she hears her. Lisa says there is no time. Dakota tells her there are sharks everywhere and she cannot safely reach her. But then a small cottage floats by between them, giving Lisa a fragile opening. Lisa asks for Dakota's name, and Dakota answers. Then Lisa reveals she is pregnant and says she cannot let her son die out there without even taking his first breath. Dakota is overwhelmed for a second, then stands up and says she is coming. She climbs onto the furniture, makes her way to the kitchen, grabs a knife, and then edges herself out through the window. But the second she steps onto the tiles, she slips, falls over the car, and plunges into the water. She scrambles back over the car, then jumps onto the cottage and sees sharks circling below. She grabs some railings, swings herself across, and finally lands on Lisa's car. She cuts open the hood and manages to free the trapped branches. Then she gets Lisa back inside the house safely. Lisa thanks her, finally feeling a little relief. Dale and his partner see that the flood has now almost reached Dakota's place. But then they spot something even worse, a mark on the tracker. It is Nellie, a pregnant great white shark they have been tracking for the past 3 years. The car finally stops in the middle of a town swallowed by water. The kids are still trapped at the table. Dee decides to shut the door so no shark can get in. She moves toward it over the kitchen counter, tries to close it, but 2 sharks force their way inside and trap her. She struggles to hold on. Ron rushes over and grabs her just before she slips away. Then a tree log slams into Dakota's house, making it even more unstable. Dakota looks out the window and sees the whole town falling apart around them. Inside, they sit down, and Lisa asks Dakota whether she is alone. Dakota says yes. Lisa asks about her parents, and Dakota explains that her father died long ago and her mother died only a few months earlier. Lisa apologizes and asks what they are supposed to do now. Dakota has no answer. Lisa then asks whether the roof is reachable. They need to put out a signal so a rescue helicopter can find them. Dakota agrees and climbs up to the roof, where she sets up the signal. Lisa is in visible pain. She starts cramping hard. Dakota panics and asks whether this means the baby is coming now. Lisa believes it is. Dakota takes the curtains and climbs up toward the roof again. The kids are still stuck at the table, and Ron can see the water rising higher and higher. He thinks they might be able to find something useful in the basement. Meanwhile, Lisa is lying down and asks Dakota to check how far along things are. She lies back and tells Dakota to look, and Dakota, nervous and uncomfortable, does. She sees something. It is probably the baby's head, and the opening is only about 2 or 3 inches wide. Lisa knows right away that means the baby is coming now, whether they are ready or not. Dale decides to haul the boat out from the back, but the internet has gone down too. He tells the reporters they cannot bring all their filming gear because the boat will be too heavy. The kids can now see 2 sharks circling them. Ron says they need bait to distract them. Then he says he has to grab guns from the basement if he can. Ray reminds him that Olsen never wanted them in there. Ron tells him Olsen is dead now, so it does not matter anymore. That fires the kids up, and they start insulting Olsen. Then Olsen suddenly rises from the water and slams onto the table. Dale stays in contact with a partner, trying to track their position. He says the water is rising fast, and if he is going to save anyone, he has to move now. Night falls. Lisa lies on the bed while the water climbs even higher. She says they need to get out of there. Dakota asks where they could even go, and Lisa reminds her about the boat. Dakota says it is far away and the water is full of sharks. Lisa starts cramping again. Dakota looks out the window at the flood and decides to go outside. She grabs a flashlight and returns. Lisa asks what she plans to do about the sharks. Dakota explains that her uncle is a marine biologist who studies sharks and she needs something that vibrates to catch their attention. Lisa asks for painkillers. Dakota finds them, and she also finds an electric toothbrush. She packs it into a plastic bag with a trimmer on the other side. Then she straps the flashlight to her head with a band. Dale and the others push farther into town. He explains that the great white shark is bigger than the boat. Soon they spot a slaughtered cow floating in the water. Dakota drops the vibrating bags into the flood. Lisa thanks her again. Dakota looks at a photo of her mother and gets ready to go. Olsen asks about Rachel, but she did not make it. Ron says Olsen left them. Olsen claims he was going to get help and tells Ron he should do the same. Go out and find help. Dee says there are 3 bull sharks out there, but Olsen replies that sharks do not eat children. Then Ray finds the check, and everyone is stunned to realize they get $1,500 a month, while they are fed bread and Olsen and Rachel are eating steaks. Olsen tries to scare them by saying he still has 1 arm left to beat them, so they should go get help right away. Ron flat out refuses and curses him out. Olsen swings at him, but Ron grabs his hand, and Dee jumps in and kicks Olsen into the water. Olsen rises again and curses her, but then a shark drags him under and tears him apart. Dakota moves down into the water, trying to swim and grab onto anything floating. While the sharks are tearing into Olsen, Ron jumps into the water and heads for the basement. He grabs the steaks from the fridge. He tries to get the guns too, but cannot pull them out before a shark starts coming for him. He tosses a paint bucket to the other side, and the shark turns after it while he slips away, grabbing a box on the way. The shark still follows him, but he makes it back up just in time. Lisa watches the water rise as the bed starts drifting. Dakota keeps swimming toward the boat while the sharks chew through the vibrating bags. She passes Bob's body and takes another route. The sharks are closing in and tear away the last bag. Dakota realizes one is right behind her. She stops moving completely, and when it comes near, she lets it glide right between her legs. Then she swims to the boat and gets in at last. Dale and the others are now deeper in town. The reporter asks what bull sharks are afraid of, and Dale says they fear bigger sharks, and a little surge of current in the water helps keep them away too. Then the signal comes back. They realize the whole area is packed with sharks. They also spot a broken SWAT truck. Slowly, dawn breaks, and the clouds start clearing on the horizon. Dakota, swimming past a half-destroyed armor shop, finds a crossbow and grabs it. Lisa cannot hold on anymore. She pulls out her phone, plays her playlist, and starts pushing the baby out. Ron pulls the steak box open and finds dynamite inside. Lisa keeps pushing, but then the house collapses. She falls into the water, and Dakota watches the structure sink apart. Lisa somehow swims up and grabs a piece of furniture. Then she gives birth in the flood, with Dakota racing toward her as fast as she can. Lisa holds her baby, but the water is full of blood now, and the sharks are coming in fast. Lisa sees them closing in. She places the baby on the furniture, grabs a sharp broken piece of wood, and cuts the umbilical cord. Then she braces herself for a fight. One shark charges, and she stabs it just enough to drive it off. She reaches for her baby again. Dakota sees another shark behind her and grabs the crossbow, hitting it at the perfect moment. The kids tape the dynamite to the stakes, light it, and throw it into the corner. But the sharks do not react. Ray realizes they need vibration. He remembers seeing it on Shark Week. The kids jump into the water and start splashing hard. It works. The sharks rush toward them. Dee and Ray get back to the table, but Ron is still in the water. He barely dodges the bike in time. Dakota reaches for Lisa and the baby, ready to pull them in, but then a shark smashes into the boat with full force and flips it over. Luckily, Dale finally arrives. He switches on an electronic device and throws it into the water. The current drives the sharks away, but one shark charges the women, only to be slammed aside by the massive great white. Everyone watches in shock as the great white drags it down. The reporter keeps filming, and the great white bites the bull shark in half. Ron manages to run behind the table and join the others. All 3 sharks feed on the wreckage and get blown apart. The kids cheer and hug each other. Dale pulls the women onto the boat. Ray spots the keys and grabs their chance at freedom. Dakota hugs her uncle, relieved beyond words. Lisa grabs her phone and calls her mother, showing her the newborn baby. The kids take the car and drive off through the flooded town. The reporters keep broadcasting from the boat, explaining how hurricanes keep getting stronger every year. Dale tells Dakota her mother would be so proud of her right now. And just when it feels like they made it, Dale's partner spots another hurricane forming out in the ocean. If you enjoyed this one, go ahead and subscribe, and drop a comment too.